Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Let's chat about this course. This one's a big one. Lots of good themes. You probably know about David Goggins. What you don't know is you can get a quick summary of the book and do some quiz questions, apply some activities in your life based on this book. So that's what we've got here at Apollo Skills. So a couple of big things that I want to call out is if you're looking to work on mindset or handling challenges or when things get a little uncomfortable, this is a very good book for you. It also has big themes of self-accountability, and perhaps maybe some might argue the biggest one is resilience. He really does show us how we can soldier on, what I call go into the valley of darkness and come out the other side. So those are some big themes from David Goggins. So in this course, you get a summary, you get a PDF, you get an audio summary, but you also get to do this quiz, so sort of test your understanding of it. But you also really get to apply it to your own life. You can write your own homework activity, submit it via AI, get an instant response. So you should be done in like 30 minutes or so. And this is pretty powerful. So a couple of things I really want to call out that might be interesting and relevant to your life. I think one of the biggest themes that Goggins talks about is that we're living this life of comfort. And so if we're always choosing the easy, comfortable option, we're not putting ourselves out there. We're not challenging ourselves. If you're not challenging yourself, you're not growing. That's really at the heart of how Goggins thinks. So if you're not willing to get a little bit uncomfortable, then you're probably not going to realize your potential. So if this is something that's going on in your mind, then this book by David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me, is really up your alley. So what I want to do now is talk about some of the themes that are in this course and really share with you the power of these themes and how they might help you. So one of the big things that he talks about is we all have an unseen potential. So we might not even realize how great we can be. And he shares through his stories like just how he had so little hope at the start, but has become such an amazing person. And it's really by discovering that he had way more potential than he realized. So by reading this book, by doing this course, you might tap into the greater potential that you have as well. And the interesting thing is he has this 40% rule, which you'll love. So he basically says we often only exploit 40% of our potential. We only go to the 40% of our limits. And he's saying beyond that 40%, there's still another 60%. Whether it's 40 or 45%, the point here is we can be far greater than we might even imagine. So he has some very good techniques for exploiting the 40% rule, so you can learn about those. The next thing I want to talk about, he talks about this callousing of the mind. This is so good. He's basically thinking if you're not pushing forward, growing, getting uncomfortable, you're going backwards, right? And I think what's interesting about that is we often, at the first sign of suffering and challenge with something, we will run the other way. Our response is to seek safety and comfort. What he's saying is you can actually take control of this process of actually starting to embrace challenge, to get mentally tough through things that make you really uncomfortable, might even freak you out a little bit. So there's an opportunity to build this endurance, to get stronger, to get better. It's a kind of back to the 40% rule. You can sort of unlock that as well. Now, the next theme that I want to call out is competition and finding your purpose. If you want to have enough fuel in the tank when times get tough, when you're looking at the alarm and considering hitting the snooze button, he's really presenting a case where you've got to be totally present, connected and aware of your purpose. What are you here to do? What are you fighting for? And one of the most powerful things you can do there is ask us, what is my legacy going to be when I'm no longer here? So these are some of the things that are available in this fantastic book. It's called Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. You can go to apolloskills.com. You can do a free course. You can do the quiz, do the activity, get instant feedback by AI. It's all there for you at apolloskills.com.